from KATV. This is Channel 7 News Nightside.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, Central Arkansas roads are expected to benefit thanks to some grant money. We'll tell you what projects will receive a financial boost.
Plus, building homes in flood areas in Faulkner County, what measures the county is taking to better prepare for what could happen. Some breaking news into our newsroom tonight. Several agencies have recovered a body in the Arkansas River. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Inman.
And I'm Christina Munoz. Around 8 o'clock tonight, police were called to the Two Rivers Park Bridge area after a fisherman reported seeing a body. Right now, authorities are not sure of the identity of that person or how that person died. Officials say a black man was pulled from the river and was brought back to the bank around 9 o'clock.
Fisherman that was in the water, that he said he noticed a body in the water floating, and at that time we launched a North Little Rock 4 water boat out into the river and went out to the where the person was located.
So we have multiple. Now, Channel 7 Stephanie Simone is at the scene, and we'll try to go to her later in the broadcast for any new developments that may come out of this story.
Universities expecting a boost in new student enrollment this fall, with close to 20% more college freshmen getting lottery scholarships for the new semester. Channel 7 Stephanie Simone went to campus to find out more.
Taking a spin through UALR, everyone's learning the bumps in the road.
I'm trying to get right there.
Not only are Damian Thomas and his cousin Charles Chu navigating the campus, they're also finding the college balance.
I'm excited, more freedom, but at the same time you gotta stay focused on education, what I came here for.
Down at admissions, Craig Connett is searching for an open lecture hall.
I'm just trying to get in, register for some classes. Might actually have to register a little bit late because I think I might have missed the deadline here.
Actually, I have to bring one back because I came yesterday and bought the wrong book.
Marcia Hayes is a first-year master's student getting away from sales and into counseling and rehabilitation.
What made me want to come back to school is, first of all, the job market is pretty tough out there. And I really always wanted to be able to counsel people and make a difference in somebody's life.
People like Hayes is one reason why Director of the Department of Higher Education Shane Broadway says statewide enrollment may be up this year.
When all 33 are added up, public institutions are added up, we expect that number to be above what it was last year in terms of enrollment.
Broadway says another reason is society stresses the importance of a college diploma and
more opportunity for financial aid, like academic challenge.
To try and create less bumps on the education road.
Just got to stay on track and try to find everything, find shortcuts to get here and there.
Now, Broadway says they will not have official enrollment numbers until after Labor Day. Meantime, UALR spokesperson Angela Parker says with preliminary numbers, their enrollment is similar to last year at 13,000. And the University of Central Arkansas today saying their freshman class jumped nearly 8%, but their total enrollment dipped a little, and their final numbers will be out in September.
Meantime, more Arkansas students are taking the ACT test, but the average score has taken a dip. About 27,000 students have taken the exam. That's up about 2,500 students. That, though, has translated into a drop of nearly a percentage point in the average score. Those numbers indicate that about 17% of students who took the test are actually prepared for college in the areas tested that include English, reading, math, and science.
In Russellville, Arkansas Tech experiencing growing pains again. Some students temporarily living in hotels because all the dorms are full. The school has been dealing with those housing problems for 4 to 5 years. Administrators say they plan to begin construction on a new residence hall sometime this year.
A new study out today ranks Arkansas as 47th as far as the well-being of our children are concerned, with only Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi behind us. Staff at the Arkansas Rice Depot say they have seen a rise in students who take part in the Food for Kids program. At Martin Luther King Elementary School, the number of students using the backpack program has gone up. The backpacks are filled with food and given to students to take home over the weekends. Parents are encouraged to talk with school counselors or nurses for help.
We fill the backpacks up with nutritious things that the kids can eat at home, which doesn't require a whole lot of cooking.
Last year, Amy Stuff assembled between 20 to 30 backpacks. This year, she already has several students signed up. The 2011 ranking of 47 is based on data from 2008 and 2009.
An armed holdup at a West Little Rock convenience store 2 weeks ago remains unsolved tonight, but the gunman was caught on surveillance video. See if you recognize him in tonight's Crime Stoppers report. It happened on August 2nd at this Easy Mart on Maryland. A man walked in, pretended to shop, but once at the cash register, pointed a gun at the clerk and demanded money.
The clerk was only able to give us a brief description of what happened as well as a brief description of the suspect. We were able to obtain some video from the store.
And here's a look at the surveillance video. Take a good look at the man. He's described as 6 foot tall, in his 20s, weighing about 160 to 170 pounds. Police consider him armed and dangerous. Sergeant Davis says armed robberies are slowing down in the capital city from their frantic pace earlier in the summer, but she says places like the Easy Mart will always be a target.
Overnight stores, convenience stores tend to be an easy target for these suspects. They know that the patrons, there's not a lot of business during those hours, and it's quick money for them.
If you recognize the man in the surveillance video, call the Crime Stoppers hotline 371-INFO. That's 371-4636. Calls are kept confidential, and you could be eligible for a reward of up to $1,000. And here's a look at tonight's most wanted suspect. Police are looking for David Esther. He's facing a long list of charges, including residential burglary and illegal possession of a firearm. If you've seen this man, call police.
In Faulkner County, officials are taking steps to hopefully avoid a repeat of the flooding experienced this past April. The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, deemed several parts of the county as flood hazard areas. As a result, officials voted to amend an existing ordinance that would require any new structure be built 2 feet above the base flood elevation. That's a foot higher than what was previously required. Only new construction special flood hazard areas are affected by this new ordinance.
Also in Conway, business owners are fed up with kids who are using their roof as a skate park. The owners say not only is damage being done to their business, they're also worried about what will happen if one of the teenagers gets hurt. Authorities have yet to make an arrest. Business owners like Carmen Thompson from Carmen's Antiques say they have come close to catching the culprits.
I yelled and screamed at him, told him I'm calling the police, so he sprinted like a rat from roof to roof until he disappeared.
There is a skate park in West Conway that's available to the public.
Well, Arkansas roads will be getting a little boost thanks to some grant money. Coming up about 10:30, we'll tell you which projects will be improved.
But first, did you notice the humidity was starting to creep back in today? Ned Permey's up next with the full details on your forecast that does it include another triple-digit temperature?
Channel 7 News Nightside, brought to you by Cleo's Furniture and Hyundai of Hot Springs. Now, weather with Chief Meteorologist Ned Permey.
Yes, the triple digits are back, and so is the heat advisory. Southwestern Arkansas issued by the Shreveport Office of the National Weather Service, and West Central Arkansas issued by Tulsa. Franklin, Crawford, Sebastian County, into these counties over southwestern Arkansas. Heat index readings tomorrow between 105 and 110, and it's not going away. I think these will be extended all the way into the weekend, and even Little Rock could see some triple-digit temperatures, especially by Saturday. Now, the one area that we are going to see to relieve this will be some of the afternoon showers. Now, we had some showers this morning that moved through, generally less than 1/10 of an inch, and right here, Mina, I think, got up to 106 degrees today, and then dropped over 25 degrees like that, with 1/4 of an inch of rain in these thunderstorms that moved through late this afternoon. And they were very welcome relief in through Polk County, Howard County, Sevier County, Pike County, as they kind of pushed through the area, really brought those temperatures down. Now we've got high pressure very clearly evident over West Texas and the southwest, and you can just point out where the winds are blowing from, and those are the upper level winds that are blowing through and providing us with a northwesterly wind flow. And it's kind of interesting tonight because we had some thunderstorms that developed out of the Rockies in through the central plain states, and you can see where the upper level winds are blowing these thunderstorms. They're dying out, so the upper level winds, the anvils from these thunderstorms, are moving out of the Rockies and along a frontal boundary that is stationary right through Arkansas right now. So the upper level winds on either side of that front trapping the frontal boundary, they're running parallel to it, but you can clearly see where the upper level winds are flowing from. As we zoom in to these dying thunderstorms, clearly see where they are right now. And the upper level winds into Arkansas will be coming out of the northwest over the next several days, and we are going to have these upper level disturbances, little pockets of cool air aloft that kind of catch rides on this upper level flow into our state and bring in showers and thunderstorms to bring some little bit of heat relief. But humidity, yep, humidity levels are going to be up there big time over the next several days. Temperature 85 degrees currently. Winds are out of the southeast at 3 miles an hour, and dew point way up. It is 77 degree dew point reading, and it is very muggy outside. 79 degrees at Mena, but it's still 90 at Texarkana. They got up to about 105, 106 degrees today. 90 degrees also at Fort Smith. They got up to about the same. So southwestern Arkansas, that's where the heat advisory will begin again for tomorrow. We've got a frontal boundary kind of stalled out in the state over the next couple of days. It'll lift to the north, and high pressure will keep us, for the most part, very warm, very humid, and these little disturbances will move through the upper level flow and bring in those chances of showers. Partly cloudy, taking the rain out tonight, 75 degrees, 97 on Thursday afternoon. We will see some triple digits over the southwest, no doubt, again tomorrow, and a 20% chance of a little rain relief during the afternoon. Again on Friday, and there is that 101 sticking out like a sore thumb for the Little Rock metro area on Saturday. 97 and 98 on Sunday and Monday. We'll get a front through, hopefully, and drop down some cooler and drier air by early in the week.
Hopefully.
Let's get through Saturday then. Thanks. Coming up, we'll have an update to our top story about that body being pulled from the Arkansas River.
Stay with us. The Channel 7 News Nightside continues. Return now to our top story. As we told you off the top of the broadcast, a body was pulled from the Arkansas River just a couple of hours ago.
In fact, our crew was on the scene as it was being recovered. Channel 7 Stephanie Simone is there now and joins us with an update. Stephanie, earlier all we knew was that it was a black male, the body of a black male. Have you been able to find anything else out?
Right. Well, Scott, right now I am at the Two Rivers Park Bridge, and that's where they pulled the man's body out of the water. Now, around 7:45, right underneath the 430 bridge, a fisherman spotted the body. Now, several agencies responded: Little Rock Police, Pulaski County Sheriff's Department, Little Rock Fire Department. They all helped trying to get him out of the water. It took until about 9 p.m. Now, they don't know, or they're not releasing how he died at this point, or if there was any trauma to his body after they pulled him out. They are not releasing his identity, and right now the body is being transported to the Arkansas State Crime Lab for an autopsy. So right now at this point there are a lot of questions to be answered, but that's all the information we have right now. At 7:45, the fisherman spotted. He was taken out at 9 p.m. and he's being transported right now to the Arkansas State Crime Lab for an autopsy. Scott, Christina.
All right, Stephanie Simone live at the scene of where a body has been pulled from the Arkansas River tonight. We will, of course, continue to follow this story and have more as the information becomes available. President Obama plans to propose a new economic package he says will reduce the nation's mammoth debt. The president wants to expand the payroll tax cut granted last year. He's also proposing the creation of an infrastructure bank to finance highway and rail construction, and he wants patent reform. After 3 days, the president is getting off the bus, but not off his message. He plans a major address after Labor Day to outline a new plan to create jobs, and then he plans to pressure Congress to pass it.
I need you to send a message to folks in Washington. Stop drawing lines in the sand. Stop engaging in rhetoric instead of actually getting things done. It's time to put country ahead of party.
The president wrapped up his trip with a stop at a county fair.
Former Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty has not only ended his White House bid, but is also ruling out a run for the U.S. Senate. Pawlenty ended his campaign after finishing third in an Iowa GOP straw poll released over the weekend. No word on what career options he'll pursue next.
Authorities in Florida say they have prevented a Columbine-style school massacre. 17-year-old Jared Cano allegedly wrote a manifesto that detailed his plans minute by minute. Authorities say the manifesto included his intent to kill 30 students and 2 school administrators. Police found materials in the boy's room that could have been used to make a bomb. They also say a tipster helped uncover the attack, and they are praising that person tonight as a hero.
Well, coming up in sports tonight, the Hogs are in hurry-up mode.
After the break, Coach Petrino on the benefits of the no huddle.
Well, the Hogs wrapped up 2-a-day practices this evening and worked extensively today on their no-huddle offense. And with so many teams running the no-huddle around college football, this is beneficial not just for the offense, but for the defense as well.
You know, really like the way they are in the meeting room. There's no doubt they understand how to prepare. It's always good when you've had them for a few years because they understand what I expect from them, you know, every single second of the day. They come to the meeting rooms early. When I get there, they're already in there watching the film. They show up with questions from the previous practice because they have watched the film already. They know that that's important to me. So it's really good to have kids that have been with you for a while. So I think they're doing a good job. I think we're in a good position.
And more college football news. This is a little bit worse. You can't spell trouble without the U. And if a former University of Miami booster, if what he says is true, the Hurricane football team is in a lot of trouble. Now, Yahoo Sports reports that players are suspected of receiving gifts of cash, cars, trips, jewelry, prostitutes, you name it, from an imprisoned former booster. Now, his name is Nevin Shapiro. He ran a $1 billion Ponzi scheme, and he claims that he gave lavish gifts to 72 current and former Hurricane players and recruits from 2002 to 2010. He says coaches also knew about it. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. Probably won't know for quite some time, knowing how the NCAA works. Well, the Arkansas baseball coach Dave Van Horn spoke to the media yesterday. Still a long way before baseball season, but he finished up finalizing his 2011 recruiting class. And although the Hogs lost several key starters and 3 top-level recruits to the major leagues, Van Horn still has those high expectations for the 2011 squad.
Yeah, the high expectation is in that locker room right now too. I know there's a lot of guys that are real excited about the upcoming season and disappointed the way it finished, but hopefully this year we'll have a good year all year, playing probably one of the toughest schedules that we've ever had. It's going to be a really good league, and I think that we'll be right in the middle of it and have a chance to win it and plan on winning it. 2012, we want to go to Omaha, want to win a national championship. And
now, the Hogs lost 3 to the draft, but here's the 7 drafted players that are on campus. One that kind of stands out is Mark Reyes of Jessieville. He led his team with 17 strikeouts in the 3A state title game and was sensational. Like, there was a wicked off-speed pitch. It'll be interesting to see how he does in his freshman season. Well, let's go to high school football. Benton head coach Scott Nethery is going into his 2nd season with the Panthers, and with 15 starters returning this year, look for an improved Panther squad taking the field this fall.
You know, Bryant's always going to be tough no matter what. We know they're going to be tough. But my guys are confident because of the work they put in the offseason, the work they put in the summer, the work they've been putting in practice. You know, when you work hard, you feel good about yourself. Go. Nice. Good job. Good job. What a work. Hey, what a work, backs. Good job. They're feeling good about themselves. I feel good about our team right now. So the one thing all I can say is that I know we're better than what we were last year. I'm definitely not going to promise wins and this and that or whatever, but I sure do like this team, and I think you're going to see good things from the Benton Panthers. When in doubt, help that guy out. If he blocked your guy, when in doubt, help him out for a count and then push up. But no matter what, we're never going to run out there, turn around, and throw our hands up, are we? Everybody can see that our program's building right now, and we're gaining some momentum, and we just got to keep doing that. You know, it's all for naught if we don't go to ball games ready to play and get some wins out of this year. So we're really hoping that we can get this thing turned around, and I feel, like I said, I feel good about it.
And we want to remind everyone to go to our Friday Night Touchdowns Facebook page and like it. We'll have score updates, feature stories on there all season long. And I think Sully is still about 4,000-ish away from red hair.
55,198.
I know he really wants to dye his hair red, whatever it takes.
He's just going to dye it.
Dye it, like officially, not the spray stuff.
So it won't be for one night. You get to see him with red hair for quite a while.
So, folks, this is definitely worth liking.
Go like our page. We all want to see this happen.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. Well, if you've made the commute between Little Rock and Conway or Conway to Little Rock along I-40, you know that the traffic is pretty bad.
Well, why Interstate 40 could soon see some changes. That story when we come back.
You're watching Nightside.
Production of ground turkey has resumed at an Arkansas plant after being linked to a salmonella outbreak.
The Cargill plant in Springdale resumed production after the U.S. Department of Agriculture approved additional antibacterial safety measures. Officials say the outbreak killed one and sickened more than 100 in 31 states. About 36 million pounds of ground turkey was recalled on August 3rd, almost 5 months after the first sickness was reported.
Arkansas officials say they have spent 85% of the money awarded through the federal stimulus program. The state was awarded $3.1 billion. As a result, more than 4,200 jobs, they say, have been created. The state spent more than $1 billion of the award during the second quarter of the year. Nearly $820 million was for unemployment insurance, and less than $15 million of that is left. The state also spent $227 million for highway projects. And the state is receiving $5.6 million in federal grants for various highway projects. U.S. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood announced the grants today. Of that money, $3.75 million will go to the project to widen Interstate 40 from Conway to Interstate 430 in Little Rock. The money will also benefit projects in Blytheville, Marion County, and highway job training.
Plans approved now for the Bass Pro Shop to be housed inside the Memphis Pyramid. Plans include building a cypress swamp that goes about 9 feet in depth, 3 restaurants, and one of the largest free aquariums in Tennessee. Bass Pro is hoping to start construction in October and open in August of 2013. And I would imagine lots of Arkansans will be making the trip across the Mississippi to see that.
Probably a good call. That's it for us tonight on Nightside. Thanks for watching.
And remember, for the latest on news, weather, and sports, you can log on anytime to KATV.com. We'll see you tomorrow.
Channel 7 News Nightside, brought to you by Cleo's Furniture and Hyundai of Hot Springs.